Hi, my name is Ange-Therese Akono, and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering at the University of Illinois. I became a civil engineer to make a difference, making difference in people's lives, have a strong impact, and also help design building and materials that will last several years. I chose civil engineering after I visited a 500-year-old building, and that was the Church Cathedral. I was completely stunned by the building. I remember walking, looking at the paintings, and just being fascinated that the building were able to sustain almost 500 years of civilization. And this is the initial moment where I decided that I wanted to learn more. I wanted to design buildings, and this is why eventually I decided to become a civil engineer. I wanted to design material for the future that will be able to endure several type of loading, several type of civilization. Actually, I was not even sure that I wanted to do a PhD, and I decided to try it. And I think what happened is just like I started doing experiment. I remember my undergraduate studies were purely theoretical, and then when I went to my master, I wanted to start some experiment, and my professor guided me to the lab. He opened the lab and he told me, "Here is a lab, you can do your experiment." It was just like so overwhelming because I had never done any experiment. And somehow I learned, with the guidance of my professors and other professors in the Department of Civil Engineering at MIT, I was able to build my own experiment. It was really so empowering, and I just become hooked up on research, on scientific research. And it's also why I believe in just doing outreach. I believe that before students can be inspired, it is important to have people that can breathe this dream into them, that can tell them that they can do it.
Ange brings a lot of energy. And I think that's great. And energy is so important. Students feed off of it. Beyond her teaching that's assigned and beyond the research which drives her interest, she goes out and tries to bring some kind of beneficial influence to the community outside of our academic circles.
The favorite part of my day is interacting with my students, whether it be outreach. Like yesterday, we welcomed close to 30 high school students, and they came into our lab and we had them do experiments. And you can just see just the glimpse of joy as their physical intuition kicks in and they start to understand the underlying principle behind the experiment that they're doing. A similar thing is applied with my students. When I can guide them through the path of discovery, where we start with a surface and then we want to polish it because we want to observe the microstructure or another project, and you can see how they become more and more confident and they feel more and more empowered. That is really beautiful to see, and I really look forward to these moments.